2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. Thus far, about the same number of wins as last season. Nonetheless, every game provides a chance for them to get better. And tonight, it's a race of thoroughbreds. Two clubs that can go end to end in a flash. What is it that makes these teams so good in transition?
THTA. TDI.
And what does that mean?
They have athletes to do it. Athletes to do it.
I knew what that meant.
That's it. Good ball handlers and good finishes, man. THT, HTDI.
Not only that, they spend a lot of time perfecting it. The moment they get the ball, TLTP. They look to push.
WSIDTKH.
What's that?
FTC.
Whatever
We
that
send
is.
it down to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
There's a buzz in the air here at the American Airlines Center. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Cleveland is working their way through a road trip going into today's game. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And I think for the Cavaliers, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's the first meeting of the year between these teams, so he told me today is mainly a feeling out process, trying to identify strengths and weaknesses. We'll see how quickly they get a feel for this opponent. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Which is experimenting here, Clark, early in the season, and they're trying to feel which rotations work and which ones don't.
Well, that's normal for coaches to tinker a little bit, especially when you've got new players and you're trying to put together a different team. So you tinker until you find what works for you, and then you look to stay with it. Ideally, you'd like to be set on your rotation probably no later than a fourth of the way through the season.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Cleveland. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. D-Wade out there with Thomas. And it's James in at the three spot. Love outside. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And that one's good. Noel.
And Barea plays with a lot of confidence in the pick and roll. Very crafty and shifty, slashing and slicing the defense to pieces with his ball handling and passing.
Now, here's Thomas. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Houston. Curry kicks to Noel. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
You know, Nerlens Noel made it pretty clear he was not happy with the logjam at the center position in Philly. Last season's trade cleared a path for him to show what he can do.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Noel has the mobility to defend 4s or 5s. The Sixers had tried him some at the power forward. But, well, Clark, it really wasn't a fit.
No, it really was. I mean, he's a shot blocker and finisher first. I mean, you want him protecting the rim. It's clear this guy is a center.
Here's Nowitzki. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Noel dishes to Curry. From deep. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
Wade with no one around. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Curry passes to Barea. To the paint. He's looking for Noel and finds him. No good that time.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Here's Thomas. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Curry setting the pick for Barea. Inside, here's Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
Love how Nowitzki goes right up with it when he's this deep. I mean, not giving the defense any time to react.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Back to Wade. Poke loose. Shot clock at 6. Thomas gets a wide open look. Cleveland gets it back. Out to Wade. Love outside. From outside, off the mark. Mavericks leading by 3. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Hey, Barea's not a big guy, about 5'5" at best, and because of that, you got to be tough, and he's a tough-nosed player.
And J.J. Barea grew up a big fan of Allen Iverson. He's not the answer, Clark, but Barea certainly in that mold as a player 6 feet and under with a quickness who can break down the defense.
And he plays with an aggressiveness and an edge that's similar to what Iverson brought. Iverson was the #1 overall pick. Barea, Kevin, undrafted. Certainly he's exceeded expectations. He's got a great change of pace in his play, and he was really instrumental in Dallas's 2011 title run.
Now here's Barea after Dwayne Wade's miss. Now here's Barea. 14 points from him the last game against Washington. And that one's good. Barnes.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
It's Thomas outside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Barea dishes to Curry. Back to Barea. There's a screen by Noel. Feeds it to Barea. Here's Barnes. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Man, you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Wade against Curry. Wade gets the bucket. And, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Barnes is so skilled at gaining separation off the screen. Difficult to guard when he gets the pick.
Barea against Thomas. Wade outside. Crowder goes in. It's not going to go for him. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
and they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that lettuce at the line, man. Easy points available at the free throw line. You got to cash those in.
Now Thomas, Harris, and Barnes missing on the three. The baseline J. Thomas, no luck.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Barnes passes to Noel. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Crowder kicks to Thomas. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Thompson throws it down.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
Berea against Thomas. There's a screen by Noel, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Cavaliers.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
The drive by James, and he banks in the layup.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now here's Nowitzki. 17 points for him last game against Washington.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measuring, he's checked in for Noel. Matthews comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Devin Harris is checked in for Curry. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. And LeBron throws it down.
Could easily have been an and one there. James converting through the contact.
Mavericks trail by 5. Harris with it. 8 points his last outing. Barnes outside. There's a good screen. Shoots over Crowder. Rejected by Crowder. Pass to James. Dishes to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to James. And it's an 8-point Cavalier lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Smith, the pass to Measuring. Matthews, a screen on Crowder. But he recovers it. Barnes kicks to Smith. They grab their own miss. Poked away. It's stolen by Smith. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Shumpert's checked in. No good from Fromm. Mavericks trail by 8. And the Mavericks, Clark, certainly have lived up to their name. They've never been scared to break the mold.
Exactly. And you like that about them. You respect it. They were taking threes in volume before everybody else. Now as the league follows suit, they go back to the mid-range game, not content to be followers. They want to be trendsetters.
Here's Fry after Devin Harris's score. Here's Shumpert. Hits the three-point bomb. Shumpert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Barnes. And in the game with Washington, he did not play well.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Rose. Puts it up from 15. No good off the front iron.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Now here is Smith following the miss by Derrick Rose. Barnes kicks to Smith. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Now here's Rose. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Got a hand on it. Smith with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Jeff Green is checked in for Jay Crowder. .149 left in the first quarter. They double him with Green. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Smith dishes to Rose. Good work there as it goes. Rose has got his first points of the night.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Harris passes to Barnes. Smith outside. Back to Barnes. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 6 on the shot clock. Harris kicks to Barnes. Over Green. Barnes can't get it to go.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Smith outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. 5th, the Mavericks.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
That's good from J.R. Smith.
And this Cavs payroll last season, I mean, the highest in NBA history with luxury tax penalties in the tens of millions. And we saw some friction as they looked to control salary, and LeBron pushed them to add more talent.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harris dishes to Barnes. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
Fry, good. And the Cavaliers were able to add some key veteran help at the trade deadline.
Yeah, some key contributors they were able to get off of waivers as well. That's how the rich get richer. But with LeBron talking about the team being top-heavy, they needed to add some depth.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. His 3-pointers off the mark. Smith kicks to Barnes. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Barnes has got 8 points.
You know, Barnes is a good shooter from deep, Kevin. I mean, when he's in rhythm, he's dangerous from out there.
And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 9. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. You know, one of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
You saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling, flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
Matthews and Barnes, the forward pair. Smith is out there with Harris, and it's Mejri in at the 5, down low. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now, here is Smith. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Green kicks to Shumpert. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. Right side Rose. Out to Smith. Takes the 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs. Dallas shooting reasonably well, 45%. Smith kicks to Barnes, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Dallas making a switch here. Noel's checked in, and Cleveland with a change here too. Carter's checked in. Green, the screen. Here's Rose, and finished off by Rose.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to utilize Rose at the point guard position. Run him off screens all night long.
Mavericks trailed by 14. Harris kicks to Mejri. Got a piece of it. Harris against Shumpert. Screen by Smith. Noel passes to Matthews. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Milwaukee. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, there's the Cavaliers, a game and a half out.
Well, I think for Cleveland, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Rose, no good. Smith with some nice deep. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Matthews kicks to Noel, and it's good for 2.
Impressive strength on display by Noel, and that allows him to get a number of and-one opportunities. He powers through contact and is able to score even when fouled.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Mejri, and it's Seth Curry in for Harris. And then for Cleveland, Wade comes in for Shumpert, and Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Rose. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Clark, when you look back at your terrific career, who is the one player that you considered your toughest opponent to go up against?
There were a couple of guys. Bernard King from the New York Knicks, because we saw them a handful of times a year, and he was just such a phenomenal scorer and a relentless worker offensively. He just never gave you a break. I didn't get to see the West Coast teams but twice a year. The Denver Nuggets in the early 80s had Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, and Dan Issel. And between those three guys, they were averaging about 80, 81 points a game. And I usually dealt with English or Vandeweghe. And those were long nights because those guys moved the ball, shot it from everywhere, and were excellent offensive players.
Outside for Thomas. Carter dishes to Love. Over Noel, and Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Carter. Love's got his first bucket of the night.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Smith against Thomas. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Barea is checked in for Smith. And Cleveland with a change here, too. James is checked in. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And this is where LeBron starts to break you down physically and mentally. Just the power moves there off the dribble.
And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself. The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Here's Barea following the basket by LeBron James. Barea, the pass to Curry. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 3 assists tonight.
And, you know, Barea is a capable floor general. Very good at setting the table for his teammates.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 9. Kicks it out to LeBron. And stolen by Nowitzki. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Matthews. Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 16-6 run. James outside. Back to Thomas. Shoots over Barea. The offensive rebound. Out to Carter. Passes it to Wade. Outside Thomas. In the corner, it's James. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 17. Outside Curry. Pass to Barea. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barea. There's a screen by Noel. Clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Nowitzki uses the glass to finish the layup. Nowitzki's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
Now here's LeBron. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. Now Barea. There's a screen by Noel. Curry attacking. That one, no good. Good D by Wade. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Thomas kicks to Wade. And Love has it in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist in this one. Dallas calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Así aprendí después de tanto que decir que la vida es bella es un pleonasmo. La tuerca dorada sigue girando mientras doy gracias al mundo por dejarme respirarlo. Un nuevo día me recibe brillando. Camino como si Benigni estuviera rodando, como si tuviera la atención de todo el campo.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And Jay Crowder's subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Mavericks trail by 18. And here's Barea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks it to Matthews. 6 to shoot. Nowitzki for 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thompson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Matthews against James. Outside Crowder. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Mavericks.
It's pretty telling when you look at the shots they're missing from mid-range. Just not shooting a high enough percentage there, and it's hurting them. A lot of those misses have been heavily defended or with a high degree of difficulty. They need to take it inside, draw the contact, or get an easier look.
Dallas has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Berea dishes to Matthews. Noel against Thompson. And it's Noel missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
That free throw good from Thompson. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good worker.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Crowder kicks to Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Crowder, the pass to Thomas. Connects from three-point range. Thomas got 12 points in the game.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
Yeah, it's actually palpable, isn't it, Greg? I mean, you can feel it. Every single one of these guys locked in, playing for each other. And that's why they're up.
Here's Nowitzki. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Berea against Thomas. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Carter dishes to Crowder. Off target with his three. Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Rockets.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line. A big factor in the outcome.
Ditto that. When you give up this many points at the line, it makes it a lot easier for the opposition.
And Vince Carter picks up a foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Barnes comes in for Wesley Matthews. Devin Harris subbed in for J.J. Berea. And then for Cleveland, Smith checked in for LeBron. Iman Shumpert has come in for Vince Carter. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas. And Nowitzki has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Cavaliers, number 1.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
That's his first personal foul.
Harris against Rose. Harris kicks to Curry. Back to Harris. 5 on the clock. To end the drought. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Kevin, we're not too far along in the basketball season right now, so let's see how the Mavericks have done so far.
And talking about how consistent they've been at the foul line. So often it's an afterthought, but the good teams find a way to make teams pay for sending them to the free throw line. That's been a key all season.
Mavericks making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Shumpert passes to Crowder. Smith against Rose. And the bank shot is good. Rose has got 8 points.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Back to Harris. There's the pick. High post try. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Harris. Nowitzki's got 4 this quarter.
And, we know, Kevin, that Nowitzki is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Does a fabulous job measuring up these shots.
Smith kicks to Rose. It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Rose. And the pass to Smith. Nailed from three-point land. Smith's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Cleveland. The Mavericks shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Barnes against Smith. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. Strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Shumpert gets a wide-open look. The kick out to Rose. He tries for 3. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. The Maverick shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Here's Smith. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
We got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. That's us communication on front and the post and, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the confidence of the shooters, now that's outstanding.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
The skyline of Dallas illuminating the night sky as we welcome you back to the Lone Star State. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and he accumulated a lot of assists, and I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Thompson in at the center, walking down the middle.
Barnes is a versatile scoring forward who we've seen him heat up quickly, and he's capable of doing that.
And LeBron throws it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Charity stripe shot. No good that time. Good D by Thomas.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boy, you got to admire the mid-range game of Wade. Has this area of the floor on lock. I mean, incredibly efficient from here.
Nowitzki a screen. That's a 2 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss. The Cavaliers shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. LeBron, good.
And, you know, Rick Carlisle was the 70th pick of the '84 draft by the Boston Celtics, and he's the head coach of the Mavericks now, but he also had a 5-year playing career.
There's a screen by Noel. Curry against Wade. And stolen by Love. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Thompson with the ball. Fast break, Dallas. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Noel is known for his high activity on defense. Great motor. Keeps his arms moving so he can come up with some critical steals in addition to a block shot or two as well.
That free throw good from Barea. And Carlisle winning a title with the Celtics in his second season.
One of just a dozen or so people, Kevin, to win a title, both as a player and as a coach. Of course, he guided the Mavs to that championship back in 2011.
Outside Curry. There's the triple. Dallas with a fresh shot clock. Barea dishes to Curry. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Curry's got his third basket of the night.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. 14 points for Isaiah Thomas.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
And the Mavericks call time here. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
Yeah, and Greg, this is a big game for both teams. I mean, they don't see each other often, and you know they both want to get a win in this one.
There's a screen by Noel. Curry kicks to Barea. Over Thomas. And he overshot that one, missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Curry against Wade. Now here's Barea. He dishes it to Nowitzki. Yep, that one goes. Nowitzki's got 8.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Outside for Thomas. Barnes against Wade.
LeBron.
Thompson outside.
Hey, yo, wait.
Cleveland moving it around. Tries again. Love outside. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for LeBron.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. Right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Dirk Nowitzki.
Hey, get LeBron!
And Thomas has it in the corner. Back to LeBron.
Hey, yo, D-Wade.
Outside for Thomas. Takes a 3. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 4th assist in this one. Noel, a screen on Thomas. Barea kicks to Barnes. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's foul number 2 for him. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. LeBron James on the wing. Out to Wade. Love wide open. He fires. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Matthews. Back to Barea. He kicks to Noel. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Noel's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Most of Noel's points come on the interior. Really uses his size effectively down there.
Off the pick.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Okay. Barea, the pass to Matthews. Here's Barnes. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Barnes has got 15 points.
Gotta appreciate how high Barnes keeps the ball, because that doesn't allow the defense a chance to alter his shot because he's got it extended and up high.
Here's Fry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Fry's got his 2nd bucket tonight. Dallas has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Carter's got his first 2 points of the night.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Noel was screen on Love. Harrison Barnes again. Barnes has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Thomas dishes to Fry, and the wide open shot from Green, and the 3 off target. For Dallas, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. Harris is checked in for the Mavericks. Then for the Cavaliers, Smith comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Rose in for Thomas. And so here's Cleveland. Rose with the ball. He's got 8. And here's Love for 3. Matthews with the rebound.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Harris kicks to Measuring. Back to Harris. Now Noel. 9 points in the game so far. Can't cash in from close range. And here's Smith. Outside, Green. Back to Smith. Green with a screen on Matthews. Off the pick. Jump shot is good. Smith's got 13.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Here's Smith. Dallas, no good that time either. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Smith, the pass to Love. Back to Smith. Love dishes to Smith. And a miss there on the triple. Dallas has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Smith kicks to Measuring. Noel passes to Measuring. Smith against Rose. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Love. They recover it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. The Cavaliers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Love with the screen on Smith. In the corner, Smith with it. Rose in the post, covered by Smith. Out to Carter. Smith dishes to Love. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. The title of best dunker is one that seems to change, Clark, from year to year in the NBA. Who's on your short list for that honor right now?
Well, there are a lot of ways you can look at that, Kevin. The best dunker, is it the most sweet-looking dunker? Is it the most forceful dunker? Is it the dunker that can do it in a game or in a contest? There are a lot of different branches on this dunk tree. But for me, looks, creativity, elevation, Zach LaVine comes to the top of the list. The big guys, I kind of eliminate a little bit. So I go with Zach LaVine in the dunk meter.
Harris missing again. Cavaliers shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. The dish now to Love. Shumpert in the corner. For the three. Traps in the tray. Shumpert's got his second basket of the night.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Matthews kicks to measuring. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. Crowder, the pass to Smith. Lobbed up there for Love. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Smith dishes to Matthews. And Smith gets double-teamed to halt the run. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight. Rose against Smith. Rose goes in. Love kicks to Shumpert. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
So impressive how quick Love gets his shot off, Kevin. I mean, even when the defense is on him, he knows how to use his size to his advantage.
Dallas making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Cleveland.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Oh, I love watching the ball get into the post. Reminds me of my days doing work down there. When you have this kind of positioning, scoring is simple.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. On its way from Rose for 2. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
43 seconds left to play in the third. From downtown, and that one's good. Shumpert's got 6 here in this quarter.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Harris passes to Measury. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he's still down there below the 70% mark and is probably going to try to raise that.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Here's Smith. And there's the feed to Harris. Pass to Matthews. Dishes to Nowitzki. Shoots over Crowder. Misses there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers ahead, running away with it. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Cavaliers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Farrell is out there with Harris. Then it's Jeff Withey. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. He used that pick to perfection. Shumpert's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Cavs. Now here is Harris. Officials have been scrutinized by players and coaches and analysts alike for as long as the games have been played. Clark, just how hard is it to be an official in the NBA?
Kevin, harder than I can really articulate. When you think about the number of calls, the speed and strength and athleticism of the players, the dimensions of the court being such a confined space for 10 extremely athletic, powerful players. All of that speaks to me in this way. The NBA officials are fantastic. Yes, they make mistakes, but all human beings make mistakes, and that human element should always be part of the game. I like technology aiding the officials, but I don't ever want to see us eliminate the human element of officiating.
Now here's Rose. He's covered closely. Here's Shumpert. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Harris with it. To the middle and stolen by Fry. Now Cleveland moving it up. Rose has got the ball. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And Derrick Rose so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for Harris.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Finney Smith kicks to Powell. Withey dishes to Curry. They set the pick. In the corner, Farrell. Can't get the tip in. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Rose attacking. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
And defensively, you've got to play Rose for the drive. You let him get to the rim, and he'll throw it down on your head.
Here's Curry. Misses off the right iron. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Farrell kicks to Curry. Back to Farrell. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell with the screen. Just 4 to shoot. It's good.
Solid screens being set by Powell. Nobody wants to run into this guy when he sets his feet and is established.
The screen from Thompson. Rose passes to Thompson. Left side Rose. He feeds it to Fry. From past the arc. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Curry, great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Feeds it to Rose. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
They set the pick. The shot by Curry, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Shot by Crowder, no good.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Curry kicks to Finney-Smith. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now Rose. And the NBA has a concerted effort to lower the amount of back-to-back games for the players. Clark, should they stretch out the season even further?
No, the ideal solution, Kevin, would be to reduce the number of games, to cut a month off the season. That would be the way to get to where we need to get to. The season should be 66 to 70 games. It should be spaced out over a 6-month period. And if you cut 12 to 16 games, then you would be able to actually get fewer number of back-to-back. Stretching the season out longer, to me, is not the answer. Reducing the number of games would be the best way to get to the solution. But that toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't know if we can ever get it back in.
Agreed. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Withy kicks to Powell. Powell with the screen. There's a good screen. And Curry, here we go. Sinks the three-pointer.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Rose dishes to Fry. No good off the back of the rim.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
Back to Farrell. Outside Curry. Pass to Powell. Finney-Smith kicks to Withy. Over Thompson. And Thompson sends it back. Here's the break. And there's the pass to Rose. Kicks to Fry. Outside Rose. Back to Fry. Crowder from outside. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Farrell. Powell with the screen. Outside Curry. Launches it. Good work defensively by Crowder.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
There's the dish to Fry. From the arc. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Hey, Kevin, no idea what happened there, quite honestly. I mean, it seemed like he just mistimed that pass.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Thompson. Carter comes in for Jay Crowder. And Thomas subbed in for Rose. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's the screen. Shumpert against Curry. Over Shumpert. Curry with another miss.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Here's Thomas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Clark, we've heard the term empty stats for players that put up big numbers but didn't impact the game to the same level of those numbers. What do you think about empty stats?
I'm mixed on empty stats. Clearly some stats impact winning more than others, but in this day of analytics, some of the stats that apparently document impacting winning may be overdone as well. Statistics are statistics. They're part of the game, and you evaluate them in the context of a number of variables. So they're here to stay. Empty is probably too strong because they're part of the game.
Curry against Shumpert. And Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. They set the screen. Farrell kicks to Withy. He dishes it to Curry. Just 5 on the clock.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Now the feed to Thomas. Out to Carter. On the wing, Shumpert. Over in the corner, Green. Pass to Thomas. Back to Fry. Stolen by Withy. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. Thomas with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Green leading the charge. They get it back. Out to Shumpert. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Farrell kicks to Finney-Smith. There's the pick. Dishes to Withy. Powell the pass to Curry. Powell with the screen. Curry with it. Now Green defending. In the corner, Farrell. Just 5 to shoot. Over Green. The offensive rebound. Withy. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Great effort. Terrific instincts. It's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
Thomas kicks to Shumpert. Clark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays, ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
Green kicks to Carter. They set the pick. Feeds to Shumpert and stolen by Harris. An even 3-on-3 break. Passes to Farrell. He kicks to Withy. Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Puts it up. That one a little long. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And here is Thomas. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy
What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. LeBron, what was the defensive focus individually and as a team, and how do you think you guys executed it?
It's a tough team to guard off the bounce. They're so athletic, they're so quick, but it's a good job by all of us defensively, and it's always good to get a win on the road.
Road wins do tend to be more precious. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.